Hello, what's going on, guys? It's another Wednesday on Intellectual Radio. Your girl Brandy J, the Alchemist, is in the building, enjoying this beautiful, beautiful sunny day, and on a Wednesday on Intellectual Radio. If you guys again want to tune in us live and give us a call, make sure you give us a call at 708-223-8953. And as always, today's show is always brought to you by True Essence. We are a unique spiritual spa located primarily online. You can check me out on IG. That's Brandy3YJ_. Click the link in the bio, navigate through the website, get some of the tools that you need to ascend and take you to that next level. And back again, guys, I'm loving the vibes. We are in high vibrations. Y'all see the summertime is coming, and I'm just so excited to be alive and be high vibrations. Last week, we spoke about, we concluded, well, it was our last show before the conclusion, which is tonight in regards to financial literacy, right? And we spoke about entrepreneurship. We broke down all the things in regards to business structures and models. We also talk about marketing tools and funding and great resources that were available for entrepreneurs and business owners, right? We understand in that conversation that we had last week that studying economics and our contribution in this new system of things and this new currency and the way that it's going is super important, right? Entrepreneurship plays a huge role when it comes to our resources and our dollars, our black dollars, so to speak, and how it's being allocated and reciprocated back in our communities. And again, in this new paradigm that we're living in, we understand that one source of income is just not sufficient. Whether you're doing network marketing, whether you are owning your own business, or whether you are online doing online sales, whatever have you, we realize that, hey, it's the time now to make sure we have streams. So that's what this series was really centered around, to be able to pivot us in the right direction so that we can position ourselves properly, right? So I just want to give a recap over last week. We're going to definitely have a special guest on, Miss Monique, as promised. She's going to be dropping all the gems. So I definitely want you guys to stay tuned for her because, man, when I say she's phenomenal at what she does, like phenomenal. And again, she has so much great resources and tools and insight that our people need. And when it comes to positioning us properly, herself and the other affiliates that we're associated with is really here to position you in that right way. But before we dive into that, I definitely want to do a recap of what we spoke over last week, right? So we definitely spoke about entrepreneurship. We talked about the several streams. We talked about marketing and all of that. So we're not going to fully dive into it, but just a quick recap. So what I want you guys to know is that it's important to know in today's time just how important entrepreneurship is. So when you think about it, it definitely accelerates the economy, right? It accelerates the economy, allows for everyone to grow. When you have a particular business coming into a community, they're more than likely hiring within their community. They're offering resources within that community, which expands that community, right? The second great thing is entrepreneurship also promotes innovation. Last week, I gave some resources for those who are interested in technology or metaphysics. They have so many grants and resources available because this digital world that we're moving in, technology is supreme, right? So when you think about that, entrepreneurship, those who are in tune with technology and can incorporate entrepreneurship skills, they promote innovation, and innovation is all around us. It's that app that you get on every day. It's easier at the gas station, right? So innovation is great, and entrepreneurship plays a huge role when it comes to that, right? Next is it also promotes social changes. Yes, when you think about IG, we think about Facebook and how that whole dynamic, this social power move changed everything. It promotes social changes because some of us are ignorant, right, in our own right. But when you see certain things taking place on TikTok, when you see certain stories, that promotes social change. For some, that can be very vital within a community, right? And next thing is entrepreneurship also promotes research advancements, right? So whatever you're studying within that particular field, within that particular industry, you can get more resources, more access to mentorship within that. So that's a great thing. So there are several benefits, right, when you think about entrepreneurship, but some that might affect you directly, something that you may feel when you dive fully into it, is that flexibility of schedule, right? Who don't like creating their own schedule? We spoke about this in the previous shows. Being an entrepreneur does not mean that you are just solely on your own. You get to create your own schedule and do how you want to, because you do have your clientele tell your customers, your affiliates, whatever have you, pretty much governing certain things, but there is a flexibility component that comes along with it. You don't have to wait on when you want to take your vacation. When a company tells you you're going to take a vacation, you get to decide that yourself. So that's that flexibility component, right? Also, it gives you a chance to build a career that aligns with your beliefs, right? So some of you guys are naturally good at art. Some of you guys are naturally good at singing or talking or real estate and money management and economics and things of that nature. When you're able to build a business around your core beliefs, man, that aligns together, you can really take this out the park, right? You can really take it to another level, right? Another benefit is that it's continued growth and development in the community and everywhere. Again, you're advancing everyone. So when you think about entrepreneurship, you think I'm the boss, I'm the boss. Yeah, that's a great energy to be in, but ultimately you are a mentor. You are inspiring others around you, whatever it is and whatever capacity that you have. You are expanding the consciousness of everyone that's coming within your vibrational frequency because you are actually doing the work live in person, face to face. People admire that. They love that. So don't dilute that, right? Another benefit is that it also developed the economics. The economy is ran off our entrepreneurs. This thing has to be moving. Money is currency. Money is energy. So that's why money is always moving. That's what they're telling you, that if you want to be able to survive in this new world, this new system, that your money has to be moving. It has to be in an account that can double it. You have to be thinking forward, thinking about business, thinking about other investments, whatever have you. So money and entrepreneurship helps the flow of energy, helps the flow of money, helps everyone to be able to benefit off of it, right? So in conclusion, we also talked about developing your natural skills, right? So for some, they don't have that natural skill like singing or talking or whatever have you. Maybe you're just good at just the lemonade. Well, hey, you can use that thing that you're actually good at and develop it into a actual business model, right? Maybe you're good at just marketing, so maybe you just need to be in front of a mic marketing something that is beneficial to you. So network marketing is huge in today's climate. I mean, it's huge because you can take some type of product or service or skill set and that aligns with your core beliefs and actually take it to the next level, right? So some of the questions that I gave you guys last week, I hope you guys were able to answer some of these questions. If you wasn't, no worry, do not fret. I am going to give it to you again. And please do, you get a chance, answer some of these questions, whether you are in business already or you are already in business or looking to get in business, whatever have you. This is great. And again, if you do answer these questions, feel free to share that information with me on IG or whatnot. So the first question is what are your natural gifts? So what do you do naturally? Again, it could be lemonade, it could be singing, it could be writing, it could be talking to others, it could be a whole array of things, right? So ask yourself that. The next question is there a need for it? Whatever that particular skill set and or gift, is there a need for it? More than likely it is, because God want to give you something that there's no need for. You just have to find your particular audience, right? The next question is to ask yourself, what makes your product and or service different? What makes your product or service different? You got to answer that. That's the uniqueness about you. And then ultimately, that is what's going to sell. You see how many burger places it is? You see how many chicken places it is? You see how many like repetitive businesses there is in this economy? That's a great thing, but it's kind of hard to distinct what's good and what's bad. You can only do that if you know what your particular product or service is and how yours stands out from the rest. What makes my burger different? What makes my songs different? What makes my book different? Whatever the case may be. So figure that unique aspect of you out, and then you will get to some of those core answers, right? The next question is, how will you position your business and product? We spoke about the positioning and the 4 P's, right? Price, promotion, all of that things, right? If you didn't watch it, go back and rewind it, right? So how would you position your business? Your business positioning is totally based off of your product and or service. Do you deem it to be high value? Do you deem it to be not so much low value, but more accessible for everyone, right? When you think about high value, again, it's not so much in the service itself as that, hey, I'm positioning my business to attract a certain type of demographic, a certain type of clientele. When I price my or position my business in or product or service at this particular light, is going to attract a more for everyone, more of the median household income, right? So you want to know what your position is going to be for your service, for your business, for all of that. That's going to tell you a story, right? All of these questions get into the core of it is really going to build up a bigger story of your service, your brand, and how you want to position it, right? So the next question is, how is your support system, guys? Man, this is so important. I think we underestimate this again, but especially for you entrepreneurs that's just really getting into it. And I don't care, again, if you're selling juice out of your car, if you have an actual brick and mortar, or if you have a whole industry that you're running or a whole fleet of people that you're managing, your support system has to be there, because it's just so important. You want to make sure that the people are around you are in support of what it is that you're goaling for. And you want to be clear in your communication with them as far as what your overall goal is. And in hopes that if minimally they can just be a mentor with you or just ride the wave with you. But in some capacity, you might have family, friends, spouses, whatever, that might have to financially help you, or they might have to pick up the kids this day and do this that day because you're unable to. So having that open line of communication and having that support system is huge. And for those who don't have maybe family or friends as a support system, I'll link you guys with some great resources. We talked about the SBA resources. Click on that link, put in your zip code, and find some mentorship. So again, support doesn't always have to be in-house. You can always source it out. Don't be scared to source it out. So lastly is, what is your overall dream? Yes, this is the last question to ask yourself. What is your overall dream? Is it global recognition? Is it just to have a few sales and more income? Or is it to be a socialite? Or, whatever it is that you're looking to go for, figure out what your overall dream is, right? So we definitely wanted to speak about that again, because if you weren't able to answer those questions, that was another opportunity to do so, because we got to know how entrepreneurship works. We got to know the different things. We talked about the LLCs, the sole proprietorship, the corporations. So we know the difference, the pros and the cons between each one. So in conclusion of our financial literacy series, we are going to talk about wealth management, guys. Yes, wealth management is so important. Wealth management is a huge component when you talk about economics and entrepreneurship. And then today's show, we have a special guest, Miss Monique, and she's going to be giving us all the jewels that we need to know about wealth management, about credit, about personal credit, business credit, and all those great things. There's so many benefits to knowing how to allocate your money properly, because we as Black people, we definitely have, our income has gotten up, over the years, and that's a great thing. We're expanding into new industries, and man, that's a great move that we're making collectively together. But now we have to learn how to manage our money properly so that we're not spending it all on Louis and things of that nature. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we want to make sure that we're investing it properly, we're saving it properly, and we're investing in our personal and our business credit. And Miss Monique is definitely going to give us some gems. So without further ado, I am going to invite her on. So hello, Miss Queen. How are you?
Hi, Queen. Good evening. How are you?
All is well. All is well. So I was just talking to the audience in regards to wealth management. I just thought it'd be such a great thing to have you on the show. I know you came on a few months ago. You dropped some major gems. People were like, man, where do I take notes at? And I just thought to have you in as we conclude our financial literacy series. And we spoke about in the previous shows in regards to entrepreneurship. We talked about the different structures, and we talked about marketing and things of that nature. But what I wanted to ask you, Miss Monique, and I'm sorry, will allow you to introduce yourself. But before I ask is, how important do you believe wealth management is as it pertains to the Black community and where we're going in this new system of things?
One, I want to thank you, Queen, for inviting me on here tonight.
Yes.
And to answer your question, wealth management is very, very important in our neighborhoods. I have a saying that, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I want to make sure that I leave a legacy for my child and his kids' kids because it's very important. We cannot get lost and fall by the wayside. We already see the direction that we are moving in. So it is good. Like I chimed in on when I heard you say about this money management and making investments and giving back to the community and moving and securing your position. And one way to do that is through real estate.
Yes.
Okay. So money management is very, very important. And we're going to I hate to keep speaking on this, but let's not forget, guys, we just went through a crisis, right? Where the world was shut down. People didn't have any money. So that right there should have been a huge eye opener to a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. I definitely agree. And I know more recently you're into real estate. You got a lot of great things that you're doing for our people collectively. But before we dive in, I definitely want to just introduce you to the audience again and just give them the background of yourself and everything that you're about, Queen.
Okay. So my name is Monique Rivers. I'm a part of this amazing movement called Go Getters with Brandy. I am a real estate agent, and I'm also a personal credit, business credit influencer. To sum it up, I want to see all my people win. So, and one thing for sure and two things for certain, you have power within those 3 digits, within those 3 numbers.
Absolutely.
You have power. And a lot of people downplay credit, but credit is the way to go. You can see that what is the U.S. dollar doing now today?
Nothing.
It's plummeting. Exactly. So you need credit. Your 800 credit score has more buying power than $100,000 cash. Anyhow.
Ooh, say that again.
Yes. 800 credit score has more buying power than $100,000 cash.
Man, that tells a story, which leads me into my next question, Queen. How important is credit nowadays, and how can you use both your personal and business credit to leverage?
I'm so glad that you asked me that, because I have so many new business owners that started LLCs in the middle of the pandemic and just don't know what to do with it. So leveraging your personal credit and your business credit is major, okay? And I'm going to drop something, and maybe I don't want to get off topic, but I want to share something really quick for the listeners that were one of those individuals that started that LLC during the pandemic. So if they're listening, I want you guys to grab a pen, because I'm going to give you 3 of the most major mistakes that us as individuals make when they're starting their LLC. So if you did this, then they need to reach out to you. Okay. Number 1, people always use their home address when they're registering their LLC. That's a big no-no. Number 2 is their phone number. And number 3 is your email. Your email, your business email should not end in a Yahoo or a Gmail. And I run across that so many times. But when you have your business credit structured properly and you have an 800 credit score, you can do whatever you like. People actually don't even know that you can actually purchase properties in your LLC as a protection for you. Okay? And leveraging other people's money is always the goal. We fund our businesses out of pocket, and that's why majority of businesses go out of business within the first 2 to 5 years, because you're funding your business out of pocket, but the main goal was to make some money.
Absolutely.
And you want to separate yourself. Business credit and personal credit are 2 separate entities. Okay. For instance, when you use your personal credit, when you max out those credit cards, guess what? Your credit score plummets. On the other side, when you use business credit, the more business credit that you use, guess what? The more money they give you. And a lot of people don't know that.
Man, just those small gems alone really tells a story. So basically, when you have access to personal and business credit, you have more leverage, because you can only get so much with your own personal credit. But when you're using your business, you basically have more access to funding and just so many more benefits.
Yes.
Great. So what do you feel like the factors that adds up to making a credit score and a business score? So what are the factors when it comes to a personal credit score? What is it? On-time payments? Is it, in household income? What is it? And then what are the factors when it comes to business credit?
Okay, so it's 5 key factors as how your personal credit is calculated. Number one, which is the biggest portion, is your payment history. People don't know, like, one late payment can actually hurt you tremendously. 35% of your payment history goes into how your credit score is calculated. The second largest is your utilization. That's 30%. That's why when you hear people say, oh, you don't want to use more than 30% of your utilization, that's on overall all of your cards. So just for instance, just use the whole number so that people can, stay with me. If you have $1,000 credit card, then you don't want to use no more than $300 of that credit card. And actually, when you use more than $300, the banks look at you as that's maxed out and you're desperate for credit. Number three, 15% is your credit history. Most people, and I was guilty of this before I got around my mentor, with this Joe Gathens, your mentor, and he poured these gems into me, is your credit history. My mom used to tell me, Monique, cut those credit cards up, pay them off and cut them up. No, that's absolutely not what you want to do. You can cut them up, but do not close those credit cards. So if you got a credit card that's 10 to 15 years old, that's huge. That's major. Do not close those credit cards. And also, 10% is the mixed use. What I mean by that is you want to have a mixture of credit cards, primary credit cards, authorized user credit cards, mortgage payments if you have. You want to have a mixture that makes your credit profile look more attractive. And last and absolutely not least, 10% is your inquiries. People, if you know that your credit is messed up, don't apply for nothing. I'm just going to be honest. Don't apply for anything, because only thing that you're doing is you're hurting your score more and more and more. All right. You want to keep those inquiries to a minimum of at least 2 to 3 a year. And actually, if they want to know the secret sauce, they really need to contact you, because American Express just dropped some jewels where if you have an American Express card with them, you can get another card and it's only a soft inquiry. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
So you can have multiple American Express cards with just one hard inquiry. Okay. Now that's the personal side. Now the business side, to make your business credit profile look attractive. Number one, you want to make sure that your foundation is together. And I just shared the 3 most common mistakes, which is your address, your phone number, and your email. So you want to make sure that those are together. That's number one. It's a few other factors that go into this foundation, but those are the 3 most common mistakes. Okay. And then once you get past the foundation, we go into what we call tier 1 of business credit. That's where you are building a relationship and you're getting those net 30 accounts. Okay. You want to make sure that you have a paydex score of at least 80 to make it attractive, and pay those bills on time. Set them up on automatic bill pay. Get that business bank account and don't miss any payments, because you have the secret sauce is in the business credit, honestly, Queen. Yeah. And we in our community are asleep on it. I'm just gonna say we don't know the power that we have. We have LLCs and we are just funding them out of pocket. And I was guilty of that. I was guilty myself as well. I had to get educated.
Yeah. And man, just the gems you just dropped. So I want to go back to what you said with the personal credit, because we hear this a lot, especially in our community, which is, hey, when you're done paying off that credit card, get rid of it. And you brought up a great point. Just having that credit card open 5, 10, 15 years, that's leverage. You don't want to cut that off. And there's other websites too that you can actually, sell your certain trade and do trade lines and things of that nature. So there's so many benefits that's available. And you also spoke about the business credit. I want you to recap on your last point in regards to what other things we can do to make sure that our business model is structured properly so that we can get the funding.
So, okay, if your business address is registered to your home, that's a no-no. I'm going to tell you right now to get you a virtual address. I'm going to share 2 of them that I like to use. One is Regis and one is Opius. I'm going to tell you that I personally like Opius because Opius reports as a vendor account to your Dun & Bradstreet number, to your EIN number. So that's an additional account on top of those net 30 accounts that you have. And I want to recap about what you said, because this type of conversation, it just gets me excited. when you said selling those trade lines, do you know that you can actually put our kids on our credit cards as
Talk, Queen.
authorized users, right? My son is 6 and he has a Chase credit card because Chase is a perfect credit card that does not have an age requirement. I believe American Express is 13. Don't hold me to it, but I want to say it's either 12 or 13 that you can actually put your kid on there as an authorized user. So you are positioning them to win. So you got to look at it like this. I'm going to position myself to win so that I can position my family to win.
Man, that's
with the
huge.
personal credit.
That's
Mm-hmm.
huge. So you taking this one nugget and you're able to build generational wealth. So, lastly, in conclusion, I definitely want people to know how they can be a part of the Goal Getters movement, how they can get in tune with you. Of course, you can always give you guys my link to get in tune with me. But I really feel like our people need to hear this message. They need to be a part of this movement. They need to be affiliated with people such as yourself, Miss Monique, and of course, Joe Gathens, our mentor, and so many great people within this industry that's moving this thing in the right direction and positioning us, not just themselves, but other people around them so that their families can benefit off of that. So please, Queen, elaborate on that and share that with the people.
Well, I can always be reached by my social media. My social media is just simply my name, Monique Rivers, but my last name is spelled with an H, so I'm going to spell it for you. It's RHIV as in Victor, ERS. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. And outside of that, we are bringing this to our community, Queen. You know, we're at the Dopest Bar every single Saturday at 3:30, sharing this information for our neighborhoods. But I'm super excited. We just secured our own brand new Goal Getters building, the new headquarters.
Wow,
it's
that's dope.
actually on Central Park in Harrison. So you can find us at Central Park in Harrison at any time. Or like I said, come to the Dopest Bar every Saturday at 3:30. That's where you can find us. That's where we hang out at. They can reach me. I don't know if you want me to share my phone number, but
yes, please, Queen.
I'm here to serve.
Yeah, please.
Yes. My direct contact phone number is area code 312-206-9801. I'm going to say it again. It's 312-206-9801. I'm here to serve, Queen. I'm here to give this information out. I want to see each and every one of us win. There is power in numbers. And we just have to get around those people that have the education so that we can shift our mindset.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to piggyback, guys, I have been to the Dopest Bar and been, in that facility, and it's nothing but high energy, guys, and great tools, great gems being dropped. And again, I feel like it's so essential. So if you are not doing anything on any given Saturday, please check us out at the Dopest Bar Grill at 3:30. We give a lot of information that we need as far as our community economics and development. And Queen, you're awesome. You're phenomenal. You're true to the cause. You're authentic. And I know that this thing is just going to go to the moon and back. And that's why I keep you close. And that's why I had to have you back on the show again, because in conclusion of our Power Economics series, we had to end with that. I wanted the people to know that, yes, you got to know business. You got to know marketing. You got to be a socialite. Social media matters. But knowing how to invest properly, learning how to manage your money properly, learning how to leverage your personal and business credit is essential. So I appreciate you, Queen, dropping them gems. And anything else you want to share, please feel free.
If you're in a position, one last thing, business credit and personal credit, and if you're in a position to buy any property, buy as much property just like Monopoly. That's what I tell my people. Buy as much property just like Monopoly.
Absolutely, because it's a buyer's market.
Yes, land, property, and sit on it.
Sit on it, huh?
Yep.
Absolutely. Indeed. Well, Queen, I really, really appreciate it. Again, guys, if you haven't already, check me out on IG. That's Brandy3YJ_. And again, check Miss Monique Rivers out again on all social platforms, Facebook and IG. And always feel free to give us a call. We do have another caller coming in. And Miss Monique, I appreciate you dialing in. And I'll be talking to you soon, Queen.
Thank you, Queen, for having me. You have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. So, guys, yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It was just so lovely that we had another call coming in. But again, guys, if you wanted to call in, feel free. Is at 708-223-8953. But in conclusion, it was just such a great thing having Miss Monique coming in, dropping those gems, right? Didn't she leave us with something to think about? And she really just packaged this whole series together. And I hope that this last three shows have helped you tremendously, as again, we are shifting into a whole new different paradigm. Yes, it's important for us to talk about the metaphysics of life, for us to know about spiritual development and personal development, but economic development plays a huge component. And once you position yourself right where you can get your money allocated correctly, where the money is making more money for you, you can then pour back into your community. You can teach, you can do so many different things because you're relaxed. When you have money and you're managing your money properly, you're stress free. You're smiling more. You're able to give more. You're able to do more. You're able to inspire. And that's what Miss Monique, Joe Gathens, Ali, all these people on our group with Go Getters, they do. They come here to inspire, to teach, to expand the consciousness of our people. And that's what I do on my show every Wednesday. And I love you guys so much for watching. And I do appreciate you guys tuning in. It is a wrap in regards to our Power Economics series. I will see you guys again next week. We're going to be bringing up high vibrations. And again, if you haven't already, check me out on IG. Go in the link in the bio, get the website, and get a cracking intellectual radio. Brandy J, the Alchemist. Let's go. I love you guys for watching. Till next time.